Jean Jacques Rousseau was born in 1712 in Geneva, which was then an independent city-state. Orphaned at a young age, he was raised by his father, who eventually fled Geneva, leaving Rousseau to fend for himself. At 16, he left Geneva and wandered across France, taking odd jobs: servant, tutor, engraver, even music copyist. These experiences gave him a deep understanding of society from the bottom up, shaping his belief that the civilized world was deeply corrupt. Despite limited formal education, Rousseau rose to fame through sheer intellect, and by the mid-18th century, he was a central figure in Europe's Age of Enlightenment, a movement focused on reason, science, and progress. But Rousseau didn't fit in with other Enlightenment thinkers like Voltaire or Diderot. While they celebrated reason and civilization, Rousseau dared to say, maybe civilization isn't progress at all. In 1755, Rousseau published Discourse on the Origin and Basis of Inequality Among Men, a bold critique of modern society. In it, he asked, how did we go from free and equal beings to a world full of inequality, greed, and conflict? He described a hypothetical state of nature, a time before society existed. In this state, humans were peaceful, solitary, and compassionate. They had two basic instincts: amour de soi, a natural love for self-preservation; pity, the ability to feel compassion for others. But once people began to claim land and property, everything changed. Rousseau famously wrote, "The first man who, having enclosed a piece of ground, thought of saying, 'This is mine,' and found people simple enough to believe him, was the true founder of civil society." This moment, he argued, gave birth to inequality, competition, and social conflict, all artificial constructs created by modern civilization. To escape this corrupted world, Rousseau proposed a new vision, the social contract, published in 1762. His key idea: man is born free, and everywhere he is in chains. The original contract that formed governments, Rousseau argued, was a scam, an illegitimate pact where the rich tricked the poor into giving up their freedom in exchange for protection. So Rousseau offered an alternative, a legitimate social contract where individuals come together voluntarily to form a collective will, what he called the general will. General will isn't just what most people want. It's what's best for society as a whole, even if it goes against individual or group interests. He distinguishes between private will, what one person wants; corporate will, what groups or factions want; general will, the collective interest of the people. In a just society, private and corporate wills must align with the general will. If they don't, Rousseau says we must be forced to be free, a controversial idea, but one meant to highlight the tension between liberty and the common good. To Rousseau, true freedom isn't doing whatever you want. It's self-rule, following laws you've helped create, alongside others, in pursuit of the common good. In Rousseau's system, sovereignty doesn't belong to kings or parliaments, it belongs to the people. The people create laws based on the general will. The government, whether a monarchy, aristocracy, or democracy, doesn't make laws. It merely executes the will of the people. For Rousseau, this makes the government an agent, not a master. If a government stops serving the general will, the people not only have the right but the duty to dissolve it. His ideas inspired not just the French Revolution, but also shaped parts of modern democracy, socialist thought, and even grassroots activism today. Beyond politics, Rousseau had a huge impact on education through his book Emile, where he argued that children should learn through experience, not memorization, ideas that are still debated in classrooms today. His novel Julie, or The New Heloise, helped spark Romanticism, a literary and artistic movement that emphasized emotion over reason. Rousseau lived in self-imposed exile during parts of his life, hounded by governments and even former friends like Voltaire. He died in 1778, just over a decade before the French Revolution, a revolution that was, in many ways, shaped by his writings.